Abby, I'm home. Catherine called upon entering her small apartment for two, hanging up her coat and setting her pocketbook to the side. Taking off her slipper Ines, she immediately made her way to the aged green couch in the middle of the apartment's main room, putting her feet up on the coffee table. Abby, are you still in? The woman waited a few minutes for a response from her roommate, and when she failed to hear anything, she reluctantly stood up and made her way to the door of Abigail's room. The apartment only had one bedroom, so they would share it from time to time, rotating possession of it on a monthly basis. The room belonged to Abigail this month. Catherine lightly knocked on the door a few times to see if her friend was in there, possibly sleeping, but she stopped when she heard the faint sounds of sniffling coming from the other side. Opening the door and poking her head inside, Catherine covered her hand with her mouth upon seeing the terrible condition of the shared room. Books were knocked off of the shelf and scattered across the floor. Blank papers from the desk were either torn in the garbage or around the garbage, drawers were pulled halfway out of the dresser, and the clothes that were once inside them were now either around the perimeter of the bed, or on top of the pictures and few memorable trophies that sat upon said dresser. On the bed laid a bundle of blankets and sheets, all wrapped up around what appeared to be a miserable-looking form of the 25-year-old known as Abigail, who by the sound of her childish whimpering seemed to be in a very crappy condition, for the lack of a better word. Abigail, or Abby as Catherine commonly called her, poked her head out of the bundle when she heard the door open, revealing a face full of both new and dried-up tears, and a head of disheveled and messy blonde hair. "Oh, hey Katie," she muttered, blushing at the condition of bother her and the room. "I guess this needs some explaining." Sighing, Catherine sat down at the side of the bed and pushed away some of the clutter at her feet before laying a hand on Abby's shoulder. "Another tantrum?" she questioned disappointedly, taking another look around her once tidy room. "What happened this time?" "It's kind of a long story," began the embarrassed one, sitting up and wiping the tears from her face with her sleeve. "It was, the party that James invited me to last week. The one for Carlos in the city." "Yeah, I remember that," Catherine responded with a nod, gesturing for her to continue. "Well, we got there pretty late at night, and James had already had a few drinks. I had only had one at the time," she explained, rubbing her right arm softly as she went on. "We waited until the party started to die down a little before walking into the club's bathroom. He started saying things, and his breath smelled like alcohol, and he tried to—" "Oh, don't tell me you dash," Catherine said quietly before getting cut off by an embarrassed Abigail. No. We didn't do that. I want my first time to be special, not in some bathroom like a skank," she mumbled, blushing deeply. "When I refused to do it with him, he pushed me away and started yelling, 'God, after 2 years I thought we'd get past this.' I already explained to him that I want to wait for marriage, but he was just so." "It's fine, sweetie, you don't have to say everything," Catherine soothed as she patted her friend's thigh reassuringly. "What happened today, then?" "Well, we didn't talk after that until now, when I finally broke down and called him to apologize. Wait, apologize? No, Abby, no. He should be the one apologizing," Catherine interjected sternly. "You can't let people walk all over you like that." I know, but I love him." "Well, I loved him," Abby corrected with a sigh. I don't like fighting. Anyway, I called him to apologize, but the person who answered the phone was another girl." "Well damn," the roommate said with a sigh, tightening her grip on Abby's arm comfortingly. "He told the other girl to hang up and we started to talk, then we started to yell, and when I asked why he did this, he accused me of being too childish after not sleeping with him, so I called him a jackass and hung up," Abby admitted, starting to tear up yet again. Hey, come on now," Catherine said as she tried to soothe her heartbroken friend. "I'm not mad about the room, honestly. You needed to blow some steam. Don't be sad because of that douche. He doesn't deserve someone as nice as you."